Recognizing that we're at a critical juncture in the fight for reproductive rights and abortion access, recent events have shown us just how far current conservative justices, and by extension, the right in general, are willing to go to reverse critical rights in terms of recent leakage of the draft decision that would overturn Roe. Although abortion rights and access are guaranteed by Roe currently still, what can we do to continue supporting abortion access in the aftermath if/when Roe is overturned? And I'll first kick it off to Kimberly.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here with all of you. And I come to this from a position of equity and trying to make sure that Black women's voices are heard. And at this critical moment, how do we make sure that we can support and protect as much as possible abortion care in this country? I look at it through the lens of those who are going to be most affected, which are Black women. So as I, thinking about how do we do this, looking at states where they have doubled down, thinking about states like Colorado and New York that have looked at their state constitutions and said, we're going to codify Roe and the access to abortion care. And then also looking at states that are like Kansas that is trying to roll back their actual codification. So looking at where we can support those who are supporting abortion care, particularly in state legislatures. We have seen over the years the importance of state legislatures, as well as being engaged in the electoral process and looking at the House and the Senate and doubling down, because abortion is definitely on the ballot. And we've seen that the House of Representatives has passed WIPA, the Women's Health Protection Act. They've passed it twice in the last 2 years, but it has stalled out in the Senate. If we change the leadership in the Senate and change the makeup of the Senate, we could actually get it passed. So those are the things that I would say top of mind, as well as looking at where there are abortion providers across the country who are just getting inundated with women from all over the country who are seeking reproductive care and abortion care and supporting them. Abortion funds they have resources and they need more, and we need more clinicians and support and abortion doulas to make sure that people are actually getting the care that they need in a way that is affordable and accessible.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. And thank you so much for lifting up that Black women have been holding down this fight for a very long time and are some of the folks who are most impacted by a lack of access and have been, right? Just because Roe is at stake doesn't mean that folks haven't been struggling for access for a very long time. Roe v. Wade does not guarantee access, just guarantees federal legality. Thanks so much, Kimberly. Going to pass it over to Bonyen.
Thank you. I think first of all, we don't need lip service in this moment. We need action, and we need it urgently. As we've talked about already, right, that the post-Roe America has already arrived for so many people, and Roe never guaranteed access, particularly for marginalized communities. I live in Missouri. My work has always been rooted in red states, and for years now, abortion has been inaccessible if you are a person with low income, if you are a person of color who's already had to navigate racist and discriminatory systems that were never built for you. Rural folks, particularly in states like Missouri, have never been able to access abortion like privileged folks have. And so we really need to turn our anger into action, and we need to figure out the types of bold policies that will rebuild access in this moment. What's done is done, right? And there's very little we can do now at this point to influence what's going to happen at the Supreme Court. But we can start focusing our efforts on rebuilding, not just legalities and access, but rights and access for all people, and really centering abortion equity. And ensuring that the systems that we are building are centering folks who are most marginalized and have the hardest times, affording childcare, affording healthcare, transportation, and all of the wraparound services that are now part of abortion care. And so I really encourage folks who have access to resources and power and platforms to start turning your action, your anger into action. We've got to move beyond words. And I think the frustrating part right now is that we're still having trouble even putting it into words, right? We're still having trouble even saying the word abortion. And so we really got to move beyond that. And we need to normalize abortion care as part of healthcare and start really centering equity as we rebuild those systems.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, both of you, for those brilliant responses. And I think you spoke really, strongly and pointedly to the fact that it goes so much beyond legality, and really it's a part of access, and that there are so many layers and barriers, regardless of what the law is, to folks getting the care that they need, which also is tied into many other issues, which we'll talk about in just a bit.
Hi, I'm Katie Porter, and I represent California's 45th District and the people of Orange County. For more like this, please sign up at trainedemocrats.org. Thanks so much for watching.